Hey everyone, this is Ms. Fisher, and this is a video to help you with part 2 of the activity guide Intro to Objects and Classes in BlueJ. So I think I very quickly went through this in class, but I just wanted to take a moment and explain exercise number 7. The first thing it asks you to do is to show terminal from the view menu, and then you can select record method calls. And what this does is that if you create an object, then you'll be able to see the command that is actually called. So if we go and take a look at BlueJ, I'm going to go to view, and then I've got show terminal. And options, I'm going to select record method calls, and this just toggles back and forth. Okay. And so in this case, if I create a new person object, okay, by default, the name of the reference variable is person1. If I take a look at the terminal, I can see that what actually is called is the constructor. So here we have the data type, the reference gets new person, no arguments. Okay, and then if I make visible, if I call in make visible, you'll see the person, but you will also see in the terminal window that the call was make visible upon person1. Okay, so this is just a way to take a look at what command is actually called on, and you can see it is a non-static method called upon the object, which is stored in the reference variable person1. All right, let's take a look at the next exercise. And if we take a look at the code pad, you can actually create objects here instead of right-clicking and selecting. I just want to show you in the code pad. If you, let's say, create a triangle, and you can call it try1, get new triangle. Okay. And then you can't see it as in the object bench, but it is stored, and we can go ahead and call on make try1.make visible. Then you can see that you can not only create objects using just right-clicking using your mouse, but you can also use the code pad as well. Okay, so lots of different ways to interact with the code here. So let's go ahead and start over, and we're going to now take a look at exercise 8. What we're going to do is we actually, instead of typing out the code, writing the sequence of tasks, what we actually want to do is we want to have it persist, right, in a program. And so we can save it, and we can modify it later, and we can go back to it. So that's what we do in this new house project. We've got a picture class. So let's go ahead and see what it does, and then we're going to take a look at the source code. So you can see that if you create a new picture, you will see it pop up here in the object bench, and the methods here are different. We can call and draw, and you'll see that it actually draws a picture that we did for exercise number 6. We can call on the method, invoke the method set black and white, and it will convert it to a black and white image, and then we can go back and set it to color. Okay, so in the activity guide, we're going to take a look at the actual source code. Okay, so let's take a look at it, and then we're going to add code to change the sun so that it's blue. Now, if we go into the picture class, you can double click on it, or you can right click and open editor, either way. And we've got the class name. The instance variables are declared at the top, and you can see that the picture is composed of 2 squares, a triangle, and a circle. And we've got meaningful names for the different parts of the house. So here we have the constructor, here we've initialized the values. We've created the objects and assigned them to the instance variables. And then this is a draw method here. So the constructor already instantiated a square object and assigned it to wall. So this block of code here is going to move that square. It's going to move it to the left 140 pixels, move it vertical 20, which is going to be actually downward direction, change the size to 120 pixels per side, and then make it visible. Then it's going to take the window, which is the square object, and change its color, and then move it and change the size, make it visible. The roof, which is the triangle, and it takes two parameters for the width and the height. Okay, and I think the first one is the height, and the second one is the width, and you can check that by creating a triangle object and taking a look, and yeah, we have the height and then the width. Okay, and then we've got the circle. Okay, we're going to change it to color. Its color to yellow. So what we can do now is we actually want to change the sun to blue. So let's go ahead and change that yellow to a blue. I'm going to compile the code, and then we're going to go ahead and every time you compile it starts over. Okay, we're going to instantiate a picture object called picture1. The reference variable is called picture1. Let's draw it, and we can see it's a blue sun now. Okay, so you're going to copy and paste that line of code, which was this one right here, to your handout. We are going to create a second sun and copy and paste the line of code, and then we're going to make one of the two suns go down until it's no longer displayed. So let's take a look at the code itself again. In order to create another sun, we're going to have to declare another instance variable. So I'm going to call this one private circle sun2. Okay, so you declare it here, and then you're going to assign it to a new circle. Okay, and then that is creating a second sun. So let's go ahead and do sun2.makeVisible. All right, then we can compile and now create our picture. There we go. So this is our second sun. So we want to make it so that it goes down slowly as if it's a sunset. And I also want to change the color, and I want to move it a bit around so it's not right on top of the house. So maybe what I'll do is move it a little bit to the right and then a little bit up. So that would be negative vertical direction. So let's do that real quick. So sun2, what we're doing here is sun2. Oh, here we go. We need to change it to sun2 here. Now let's go ahead and compile and run. All right, that looks better. It's still not orange though, so let me try it again. Change color. Maybe they don't have orange. And let's go ahead and do, we can go back to yellow. We can have one yellow sun. Okay, all right, and let's try again. Okay, that's better. I think I want it just a little bit higher. So let's move it negative 45 because it's a little smaller than the other one. Let's try one more time. There we go. Yeah, I like that. That's better. Now, once I have that initial position, I want to make, why don't we make the blue one go down? Okay, so now I'm going to go to my blue sun. It's got to be the slow, move, vertical. All right, now let's see what happens. We're going to create a new picture. Go ahead and draw it. All right. Now, the problem is the sun didn't show up until the blue sun was done. So I'm going to change the order a bit. Now I'm going to have the sun first appear, the yellow one, and then we'll have the blue one, and then it'll have a better effect here. Okay, so let's try this one last time, hopefully. Nice. So you would explain how to do this in exercise 10. Exercise 11 is a bonus, and so you can create an entirely new picture using shapes, colors, and animation. And yeah, so I hope this was helpful, and I will see you in class. Bye, everyone.